Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Teens Read, and today we're going to be talking about the Ranger's Apprentice series. So, the Ranger's Apprentice series is really broken into two series. You have the Ranger's Apprentice, which is the original series, then you have the Early Years, which is the prequel series. And so Ranger's Apprentice is about when Will is Holt's apprentice, and the Early Years is about when Holt is an apprentice to someone else. And so it's really cool to read them both. So the Ranger's Apprentice is really sort of three series. You have the Ranger's Apprentice, you have the prequel, the Early Years, and then the Brother Band Chronicles is the companion series. Now, I can't say that I really loved the Brother Band Chronicles. I never really got that into them. So, I may or may not do a video on them. Anyway, so, The Ranger's Apprentice and Early Years are technically different series, but I'm going to sort of be talking about them as one, with Ranger's Apprentice being my main focus. So, The Ranger's Apprentice is about when Will, a young ward, which is someone, whose parents either were killed or died in service to the king. Then the king took care of them until they were old enough to become apprentices. Anyway, so Will, a young ward, gets apprenticed to Holt, a ranger. And the rangers are a very mysterious, mystical band of people who are kind of like elite police almost. And they are very secretive, they're sneaky, they use bows and arrows, and they sometimes use knives. And they're basically the king's private strike force, in a way. And it's really cool seeing, like, how their organization is made up and how secretive it is and things like that. Anyway, so probably my favorite part of the Ranger's Apprentice series is seeing Will's abilities grow and seeing him get better and better at things and seeing him become more skilled and seeing his adventures. Another of my favorite parts is seeing Will's relations with other people and other groups of people grow. Like in The Ranger's Apprentice, he starts out as a slave to the Scandians, but then escapes and helps them fight off the another group of the people. And then he becomes friends with Horace, a bully when he was younger. And he becomes really good friends with Holt. And I actually really like that part especially, because Holt starts out so gruff and disagreeable, but eventually they kind of become good friends and almost family even. And so I really like seeing that. Another thing I enjoy seeing is Will's strategic mind grow. And I really like most books that have strategy in them. So there's another idea for book shoutouts. Anyway, I really like this because there's a lot of parts where Will uses some strategy or another to win or to at least survive. Like in the Siege of Mackinac, he uses strategy to take over a castle with only 20 people. And then in the Sorcerer of the North, kind of going back to how I loved his relations growing. In the Sorcerer of the North, he meets the Sorcerer of the North, and turns out he's not such a bad guy, and he kind of becomes friends with him. Anyway, it's pretty interesting. So those are really the main things that I enjoyed about this book series. So my top 5 favorite characters are Horace, who's one of Will's companions, who used to be a high school bully, and it's really cool seeing how ward bully. And it's really cool seeing how he kind of becomes a cool guy and becomes a really good friend of Will's, and a really good sword fighter at that. And then another of my favorite characters is Holt, who's his teacher, and he starts out really gruff, but he's a really mysterious character, and he's kind of like a sneaky character that you never really know what he's up to. Another of my favorite character is Tug, Will's horse, because Will's horse is he's a really smart horse, and he's fast, and he's really helpful, and he almost develops a personality, or he does develop a personality in these books. So I really like his character. And then another of the characters that I really like is Prince Duncan, who is the prince of where Will lives, I do believe. And Prince Duncan is a really interesting character because he manages large groups of people, but then again, you also get to see his like soft side almost, and you get to kind of meet him as his real character rather than just the king. Because, when he's a king, he has to put on a different face. So those are probably my top 5 favorite characters in this book series. So, if you like books like this, or videos like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if you have any book suggestions, leave them down in the comments, and I will be sure to check them out. Thank you for watching.